Alright, change of plans for this video. Well, I was going to try working on this tractor, and that motor's not, it's just too much fabricating and stuff I've got to do for that shaft to work. So with that note, we're going to wire this. We're going to get this temp. I gotta go buy a new temp sensor. This is kind of, I don't know how that's supposed to seal in there. Look at that. That don't make no sense at all. So I gotta go buy a new temp sensor. Gotta buy some plugs, thermostat housing, the 2 hoses, and then on the water pump, wherever we did, whatever I did with it. Where did that shiny water pump go? Huh. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna buy an extender. Make this, extend this. Buy a fitting. Buy a fitting that goes in there. And then a coupler, and I'll just space this away from the water, from the balancer on it, because it's too close. Come on, man. This thing was sitting like that, real close. So I'm gonna extend it down. I'm gonna do that. I may have black pipe for now, but I want to use like galvanized so it don't rust out. So I get 2 3/4 plugs, upper and lower radiator hose, thermostat housing. I'll run it without the thermostat for now. We need to get our tack wired up. So we'll have to tack wired up, get the power wired up to the stuff wired up here to the ignition switch. So that's what we're gonna work on today. I got the carb out here now, so we can get it on. I think I'm gonna get a spacer, man, to kind of give this a little more torque, I guess. I think when you put just a regular square spacer in there, so it can suck in. He getting it. When you put just a big square spacer on there. So I think I'll run it like that first to see, because if this carburetor's not gonna work, I'll put that 2-barrel on there. It's over right there in the box, and I'll have to buy an adapter. So instead of buying a spacer, I'll buy an adapter for the 2-barrel. But if this carb starts working, then I'll buy that carb spacer. So yeah, there's my bolt hole for my temp gauge, and here's the old temp sensor. And this was, I don't know where it's supposed to go. I stuck it in there. That thing, it don't. You tighten this up right here, and the wire goes like that, right into the block. So you tell me, unless there's some type of another fitting. I don't think I had it. I don't think it came with another fitting. So, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run and grab some parts. I wish I had these. I put a freaking muffler on them. But for now, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get everything set up so we can get this tuned. And we'll just do a little fine adjustment, a little tuning on it. We'll go from there. And then once I get the hoses hooked up, I can drill my hole down there in the thing to hold on to the yeah, that thing right there. Yeah, the motor stand on the engine stand there at the bottom. So I get my hoses here, and that'll tell me how far I need to space it before I drill a hole in the engine stand. So looks like I'm going to the parts store, y'all. Give me a little bit, I'll get back. I'm gonna stop by the hardware store, get some more fuel line. I think that's 3/8 fuel line. I hope that's what it is, because that's what I'm gonna buy. I don't see no writing on the wall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 3/8. If not, we'll make it fit somehow. So, and I gotta get a piece for her four-wheeler. We're gonna work on that tomorrow. We're gonna get this thing to run. I mean, it runs, but it's leaking gas out of the carburetor now, like the floats are in the wrong spot. But I know, second carburetor, I've adjusted the floats. So I'm thinking maybe it's just too much pressure coming out of the tank and pushing, because it's so high up, pushing down. I need to get an extra piece of hose longer so I can loop in a filter. Bought a new petcock too. I heard that might be a problem with it. So let me get out of here. Let me get this stuff going, and we'll get it. All right, I'm finally back from the parts store, and all is running. Had a bunch of places to go. I had to go to O'Reilly's and then AutoZone, because O'Reilly's didn't have the parts. So this is for lights. Wiring harness, 4 outputs. 1 for the fan, 1 for the fuel pump, 1 for the coil. And I have 1 extra. And it's for headlights. So I seen this and said, man, it'd be a lot cheaper to do this than to buy that. All the wiring and all the connectors that I needed. So we're gonna take a look, see how this works. I still gotta get a new freaking thermostat, or tent gauge. Then I'll throw them things away. Oh, cool, they gave me some spade connectors. That'd be cool. And it comes with a relay. A pretty thick gauge. I bought an extra relay just in case for the, what you want to call it. It's got a little switch I click on. Turn everything on. But I probably just splice this and run it right into the ignition switch. So, man, this is actually kind of cool. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. Come on up out of there. Come on. Come on. So this goes to the battery. So what I'll probably do is we'll probably just hook it up to the back of the starter, if it's, goes, if we can get her there. The 40 amp relay. Let me put you guys down here for a second. I'm probably gonna have to extend this wire because I'd like to have all this up here, but I could put it right here, right on the thing. Put my negative right there. Wire the positive right to there, or right over here to the block. Then I can have this run right up to the little switch right up by the key. Oh, I know what the other wire I can use for, the choke. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Oh no, Mr. Real. Wait a minute. It's only got 4 circuits. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. So we can run us some wires for that. Boom, boom. Yeah, so. Boom, boom. Choke, coil. So that will be nice. They gave me terminals so I can go put me one of the spade bits on here and just put it right there. Hook that to that. Then I'll just have a ground here. I don't need this one ground, so that can be left undone. I'll probably just snip them off, and then power for the choke, and then we can use this one for the fuel pump. We'll mount the fuel pump somewhere close, and then we should be able to get that to the fan. Let's see what we got here into this fan situation. Let's see. Any spade bits? I don't remember. We'll break that off there. They ain't really spade bits, but I think that'll fit on there. Yeah, it goes on to that side. Man, look at that. That bolt hooked right on up. See, plug right into that. But you know, if it spins the wrong way, I just reverse these wires. Let's see what we can do about. Oh man, I forgot to get these things. I gotta get some block offs. Man. Get in there. Perfect. Our coils hooked up. That was easy. I gotta get wire for the tap still though. And I can wire positive and the ground and all that to the key switch. So that goes to the key switch. Oh God, they hit. Yeah, that's some headlight wire system, man. So I still need to get a vacuum line for here to the other thing. I still gotta get a freaking plug for the back of that, man. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna plug the back of the carburetor. Let's see. So anyways, we'll just, for demonstration purposes, we'll kind of make it look like it's sitting on there. It was like 35 bucks for that kit, man. That was it. It's like 33, 34 bucks. And you figure you buy some black wire, red wire, and all that. Oh, there's my power for that, for the electric choke. And boom, I got power for the, I don't even need the ground for the fuel pump. I have to figure out how to, a way I can mount this thing too. So yeah, we'll just, for now, we'll so I can clip all the grounds off except for the ground going to the fan. And then if that fan's drawing too much power, you know, for the distributor work and all that, I can I bought another relay, so I'll be able to wire in a relay, and I'll just be able to use the power and the ground off of this, off the from right here for the relay, and then just run my power and ground off the relay into that. Let's pull that back up. Ah, dang ya. Guess I didn't get that on there tight enough. And she wants to break off in there. What the hell? It's got that. It's got a lock in there. There she goes. We'll figure out somewhere to mount that fuel pump. And obviously this fuel pump's not going to be up here by the motor anyways when it goes into the car. I'm going to get that rubber piece all the way up on there. Okay, that's as far as it goes. There we go. Get on there, speed. There we go. Probably stick that right there. This way. Stick it right there. Boom. Heck yeah. So then this piece will just go down here. And it will bolt to the back of the starter. The negative will bolt here. Boom, boom. I'll probably bolt it up there. And this wire, you can see we got this normally closed, so I can go ahead and stick that wire right there. And that'll just be my a jumper wire or whatever. I'll have to buy more wire for that part, obviously. I just stick my alligator clip on there. Boom. So it's wired. That's all it took to wire this thing. I'm not gonna cut them grounds off. I'm gonna leave them just in case I need them grounds eventually, which I doubt it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I still think I may have to run that relay. May end up having to run one for this too. So these grounds, I could run the, the ground. Run the grounds, and then I'll be able to run the main power, because I still need one long main power to go to the key switch. So I'll be boom, right there, baby. Boom. And of course I'll zip tie this stuff up to make it look better, get it all back to being somewhat decent looking, so it ain't flopping everywhere. But it's not like it matters much to me. But do that right there. That'll give us enough wire for there. Oh, freaking zip tie that stuff right there. I bought some zip ties too. Hopefully this zip tie is big enough. Probably not. Maybe. Yep, she was big enough. So boom. Boom, boom. May even move the fuel pump up here. So undo this ground and ground it somewhere else. Right on the carb or something. Gee. Say I won't stick it right there. I probably won't. Okay, well, that part's pretty much done. Water pump. I had to buy some extensions. Bought galvanized too. So we'll screw that right there like that. That'll screw into the water pump. And then this will screw onto here. Let's just hope that this, I guess it's fatter anyway, so I think we'll have enough room to get past that pulley, or that balancer. Let's get this water pump on there. Man. Okay. Got some bolts. Want them the same size for the... I didn't get thermostat housing bolts. So, make sure that these... I can see if these are the same size as them. But, we'll get her figured out. Missing a boat. Missing a boat. Let me get my boats together. So here we go. As you can see, I got this into there. Should give me plenty of room for that thing. Forgot about power to this. So if I get a 5-pin relay, maybe run this one and this off the same relay, and then I got a ground right here, so I can ground it just like that. I could just figure out something else about this fuel pump, so we may just use alligator clips right on the thing for the fuel pump, or we'll just run us a wire down to there. You know what? I'm gonna hook this on up to it, and we gonna see. Probably shouldn't run that water pump without no water in it, but we gonna hook this bad boy up. We gonna see what happens. Ah, of course that's not big enough. Yeah, what you guys touch. Uh-oh. Clicked on already. Let's see what's up. And here's your little button. Got the light on. Means it's on. That's blowing. Can't tell if the water pump's working or not. We'll unplug this so we can hear if the water pump's working. Yep, I hear the water pump. That's pretty cool. Let's undo the water. Whoa. See? I got myself. Let's undo the power off of this and leave that undone. We'll click this on and we'll check to see if the choke opens up. So I think this thing may run with this wiring harness. I mean, it's got a relay in it already, but she's opening up. See her slowly opening. Yeah, so go ahead and click that off. You can hear the relay click and stuff. So the only issue we're going to have is if it not getting enough power for the HEI, whatever you call it, HDMI. That's a cable. But so yeah, and that's hooked up to a little battery pack, not even a battery, so That should be golden. We'll figure out something for the fuel pump then. I forgot about the water pump. Well, I forgot about the coil. I forgot that I could run the coil. Is what I actually forgot. And then that made me forget about the water pump. So, yeah. I gotta get bolts for this. Too small. See, and I only got a little 4-pin on that. See that little 5-pin, I could run the wall. Alright, we out here today. Went to your hardware store. Bought some things. Gotta make sure these fit. Give us some plugs. 1/2 inch, boy, I'm good. I'm good. Hook them up. I should loop them, at least the bypass. Should like bypassed right here to here. I think it would be that way. Actually, I don't think it would matter. This is the Vortec, you know. Actually, no. They're all one passage, so it don't matter. Never mind. And with the water pump, I can reverse flow whichever way it needs to go. Being electric, I can just change my positive and grounds around. Heck, I already got them backwards anyways on there. Black to red and red to black. So that'll be what be what's up though. Went and bought stainless bolts and washers for this. So I gotta drill this out. I don't know why it's smaller, but the holes in the thing here is correct. Don't make no sense. Tad bit chilly this morning. I'm gonna drill some holes in here. We'll get these sealed up, the threads on them. Get a little RTV on here. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Some of the junk out the way. Bring a bolt with me over here? Probably not. Hold on. Oh, about tripped and fell. Later on, after we get this kind of done, I gotta get on that Suburban, so I have go one more up. So I got it for work tomorrow. Come on. Man, she gonna break my ribs. Man, that hurt. Why? Ow, come on. Ain't got time for you today. Yeah, the struggle's real. Can't get the dang drill bit out of her. Come on. Yep. And that hurt. God dang. And that hurt. Stupid. Why this doing that? Too early in the morning for all this crap. And that hurt. Yep, she's through there now. Alright, I've got my Blue Monster on all my fittings down here. We'll tighten these up. Actually, that's a 13. We'll grab the 9/16. This one tightened. I put some RVT underneath this gasket already. I mean, I'm gonna have to have these holes for 9/16 for my heater hoses and stuff like that, though, still too. Whatever I put this in, I may not even have to have, you know, depending on what it is. If it's like a rat rod, a coupe, or whatever, something, you know, don't have a roof, I won't need no heat. Won't be driving in the winter time. Okay. So I already smeared some, and I rubbed my finger so it's not real thick. No reason for it to be real thick and ooze out. I mean, it's kind of, I got a good lather on there, but tried not to get too thick. There's that one. What did I do? Leave the other one over there. Just drop it on the floor and then pick it up. Oh, there it is right there in front of my face. That one should have been, I think, the 15. Ooh, you prick. There we go. Should find a ratchet for that one. That one's going to be the hard side anyways, because I can't really get to it. Turn in there a little farther. Come on, get going. Yeah, I'm hitting the neck of the water pump, so I got to find a ratchet and a socket for that. Let's see if this will fit over here. Nope. Give me a sec and we'll find us a ratchet or a socket if we got one. 15. We'll just use the 15. That's my 1/4 inch thing. There she is. No, I'm not torquing it down. I'm just using my torque wrench because all my other tools at work. Of course, I'm putting the main radiator hose. Oh, come on. Make it look like I know what I'm doing using the torque wrench. Bags are dead in it anyways. You guys are probably wobbling like heck over there. Clip. Beep. Beep. Hey, look, it clicks. And that ain't even the setting it's supposed to be on either. I don't even know what the setting's at. But that's about where we're gonna keep it too. That's where it felt good at. So everything's tight, man. Got one more radiator hose clamp put on over there. I got to deal with the what's that thing? It's too early in the morning. Carburetor. Let's see. Where are we gonna? Gotta find the my other clamp now. I know oh, it's on it. Dirt. Come on, Junior. Yeah, I see. Oh, damn. Yeah, that thing's way too long. Yeah, see, that thing's way too long. We're gonna cut that thing off right here at that elbow. I think that'd be a good spot. Yeah, that's perfect. I just cut her off about right there where the thing's at. I know I got a knife laying here somewhere. I've seen it earlier. There, see? Yeah, I knew it was down there. Oh, I'm too fat to bend over for that stuff. Okay. On there. Cut her right about there. Couldn't have picked a sharper knife. $30 radiator hose and cut it. Snorkel tube now. Yeah, you guys are hooked up to the radiator stand. The radiator's hooked up to the hose, so you're wobbling around a little bit. So. Loosen this up just a little bit over on this side, and we'll make sure she's twisted in a good angle. I mean, it's all hooked up, but I just want to make sure she's going to be pretty good. Yeah, she ain't moving. She tight. I'm glad them hoses fit. I thought I was going to take them back and figure out what went on them. I just ordered Vortec, Chevy Vortex radiator hoses. It'd be like on my Suburban. I told them a 97 Suburban like I drive. And sure enough, it fit. Well, mine, so I had to cut some off of it, but you know, that radiator's not out of a V6 truck, out of a Chevy Blazer. So, yeah, that kind of sucks though. Oh! So yeah, the engine stand's probably it's not too bad. I think it'll be fine. I don't think I may not even have to bolt it. She's pretty tight. So I've got to get the temp gauge. I figured out what I did. There's a fitting that screws in there, and then this here will butt up against that fitting, and then this will tighten inside that fitting. And I threw them away. Don't ask me why. I did. Yeah, I feel dumb. Not really dumb, but some dumb. Time to get my wire hooked up down. Get these wires all hooked up for our motor and all that good stuff. I'm not sure how I'm gonna tell which way that water pump's turning. I don't think it matters, man. I know the Vortex, because of the serpentine belt, the water pump would turn backwards. But I think as long as the propeller's turning the right way to, so I do need to change these, and I think that's gonna be fine. And once we fill this up with some fluid, we'll make sure it's circulating. If not, we'll switch the wires around. All right, well, let me get some of this wiring figured out, and we'll bring you back. All right, I think I got the, if that's somebody's riding lawnmower, it sounds mean. I think it is. But anyways, I got my wiring done. I still got to zip tie this up though, I forgot. But everything else is wired up. I still got to get a connector put on that so I can hook them together. I'll probably end up cutting that and putting spade bits and stuff on that. Not spade bits, but spade connectors. Fuel pump's bolted to the side of this. Everything's grounded. Starter, everything's running. 3 wires all the way up. Looks somewhat neat. Tack's wired up. I just have to get that temp gauge put in. I gotta go get that piece for the back of the carburetor. Looks like they've stripped it out. That's gonna suck if they did. I think it is, but a bolt in there, I guess. It's probably what's gonna end up being. Because whatever this is going in is gonna have a Hydro Boost brakes on it, instead of regular vacuum brake booster on it. I'm hoping that plug on the other side don't leak. I should look for a freaking whatever's. I need to get an Allen key to get that a little tighter, but I think they're tight enough. We'll see though. I changed the wires around so the pump works the way it's supposed to. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all. I got zip tied up, so everything's kind of neat. This here's just kind of hanging, but everything else is all zip tied up. And then my battery cables. So it's looks pretty neat. That wiring harness for the distributor, choke, water pump, fuel pump, all pretty cool. I ended up not running a relay for this. I got ground straight to it, and then your power coming from your ignition off of this side. So we're gonna hope that runs that fan enough. I'm gonna run to O'Reilly's, get a temp gauge, and stop at this thing, hardware store, and try to find a fitting or a bolt, something to stick in there. So when we get back, I gotta get this vacuum line. Hopefully when we get back, I gotta get longer fuel line for this too. So when I get that done, we'll get this on there, get this floats set in this, and we'll add power to her and maybe start her up. Gotta put some radiator fluid in there. While I'm at O'Reilly's, I'll see if I can find a radiator cap for this too. So pretty much everything else is all wired up. Oh, I gotta get a return spring for the carburetor too. So, I got the tack hooked up. So, everything looks pretty freaking tidied up, man. So, I'm gonna make my runs. I'm gonna stop and get something for lunch. And I checked on the video earlier that I'm editing the first part of this. It looks like it may be okay. We may be able to get this finished, edited up, and put up today. So that's where we're at, and we'll see in a little bit. Hopefully we'll be firing it up. So I'm back. I went and bought that temp gauge, $23 just for that fitting, because I'm going to use the one I got in it. We need some Blue Monster. So you guys can see that. See this hanging out. I'm going to put some Blue Monster on this fitting, and we'll get her. Yeah, I could have stuck that up there. Now, one of the heads up there, not the heads, but the intake up there. Let's see. I fixed the carburetor too. All I did was I just changed the base plate from one of them that I have. From an old carburetor. Call that good. And we don't need to put anything on there because that will seal itself. Hopefully. Gotta find my 5/8 real quick. There is that. Yeah. Did this. Got the the return spring actually works like it's supposed to. Get my fingers wiped off here. The Blue Monster on it. Yeah, this base plate here, the one I took off, it's all. This part here was kind of all messed up and stuff too, but yeah, this one here is pretty nice. It actually got a return spring on it. So then I bought some fuel hose. And bought some universal plugs for the carb. It's dark in here. So then we could go ahead and take that up there. Put that back where it goes. I think it's going to be this one. Yep, that's her. And probably this one. Now we can go with the shorter one. Let's go with that one. What I didn't get is the vacuum line. I forgot. but we don't need it right now anyways. You're setting your timing and all that, so you don't want the vacuum hooked up anyways. I already hooked up our fuel rail to the carb. They sell 2 foot of this stuff at a time. About 3/8. I hope it's 3/8, not 5/16. I think 3/8 works better up here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, let's turn that around. I can get to tighten it easier. And then we get that right onto there. Let's see, the screwdriver's right here. I still got to get gas. That's what I forgot, was to get gas. Tell you what, I'd forget a lot of stuff. My head wasn't attached. I'd forget it. I feel naked without a ball cap, so I know I never forget that. I wake up and put that on before I put my glasses on. Not really, I throw my glasses on first. Throw my glasses on, make some coffee, grab my hat, and then that's starting my day. Come on. That's a little too big. There we go. Then we finish up this one. Tighten this one up. Dipstick's in the way. Thinking with your dipstick, Jimmy. So I have all the vacuums blocked off this carburetor. Carb been cleaned. Oh, I forgot to get the radiator cap. How y'all let me forget that one? I'll have to steal the one off the Suburban for a bit. Gotta let it cool down because I went to the parts store with it. There's that. Okay, we gotta get some, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to just bump the key and see if she's gonna turn over like she's supposed to. And I don't have my key. I don't have my key with me. Gosh dang it. I have to run in the house, get that, so I might as well run and get gasoline then. And I think we're ready to fire it. Oh, I forgot to get the connector for it. This sucks. We might just cut that wire and wire them together. They don't need to come back apart. Alright, I'm gonna get some gas. And we're gonna see what happens. Let's see, we got the button. It's lit up too. You can hear the water pump. Ooh. So I don't have an overflow, so hopefully it don't get too hot where it wants to open the cap. So yeah, I'm gonna run and get some gas. We'll be back. Yep, I'm back. Got the fuel hooked up. Filled the old radiator up. You see down in there, look at that. She's still purging out some air. But man, that's one fast way to It's one fast way to get the radiator filled. Get the air out of it. Spilt water on myself. So I gotta get the radiator cap, but I'll get that in a minute. So what I need to do is set the float levels on these. I'll have to need to verify which one I gotta do first. I don't think it matters, but we'll do this front one first. Sorry, there ain't much light in here because I got the door open. It's blocking light. So, but this is a sight bowl right here, or sight hole, I guess you could call it. So what you can do is you can take that out, and I got the floats already basically shut off already. So we're going to loosen this up right here, this screw, and we'll turn this nut while the pump's running. Let me see if I can. And you see how it's squirting out of the top? It's going to do that until you can get. You want to be able to see the fuel start to come out of here. I got to shut there. I think it's coming out. Man, that makes a freaking mess. But it's gotta be done. So then you get it. See how the fuel just now will pop out when I'm shaking it? That's where we're gonna set it. You want it just to come out like doing differential fluid. I may even back it up just a tad bit, just so I know she's not going to flooding her out. And then just just tighten that screw. And that's what we'll do to this back one. Same thing. Pop out the sight. Loosen this up. We'll go ahead and adjust that because we ain't got no fuel coming out. So we try to save on losing so much fuel. Still don't have any. Turn that down. Yeah, I can see it's dripping out just now, just a little bit. We'll add a little bit more. So there, that's done. So our fuel levels are set right. I guess all that's left to do is blow this gas off the top of the motor and grab that radiator cap. We'll fire this bad boy up. So give me a minute to get the motor blowed off and grab the radiator cap, and we'll fire her up and we'll get the tuning.